All right, in this video, we're going to take a look at volume. So remember, the volume of a solid is the number of cubic units contained in the volumes or the solid's interior, so in its interior. So really what we're looking at for volume is we're looking at the space inside of the solid. And so now for volume, the units we're going to start seeing are going to be units cubed. So for example, centimeters cubed, meters cubed, feet cubed, etc. So any unit cubed, because here we're multiplying three different values together when we're finding volume. All right, so there's some quick cutouts to put in your notebook. So make sure you're getting this all down in your notes for today. We're going to look at prisms first today. So go ahead and pause if you need to get the rest of this down. I'm going to scroll down so you can get the volume pictures that we need for the prisms that I'm going to give you. So here's just a general definition for the volume of a prism. So the volume V of a prism is V equals capital B times H. And now notice the capital B again stands for the area of the base shape. So the base shape, remember, is the shape that is congruent to another face. There should be two congruent bases in a prism. So sometimes it's helpful to kind of highlight. So you can kind of see I'm drawing in red down here. This is the base shape of this prism down here, or this is the base shape of this prism down here. You find the area of that base, then you figure out the height or the altitude that is between the bases, and then you multiply. And remember, for prisms, you have these right prisms, and you also have oblique prisms, which are a little slanted. But the process is still the same. These actually, if the area of the base and the height is the same here, these actually have the same volumes, even though it's a little bit slanted. So let's look at two examples. Just make sure you grab your first example. All right, so just like we did with surface area, we're going to take a look at naming the figures and then using the formulas. So in this face, or in this prism, we have a triangular prism. Again, if it's helpful, you can shade the base shape. So I can see the triangle. I'm going to shade it in red up here. So my formula for volume is the base shape area times the height of the prism. So in this picture, we're going to use the area of a triangle, figure out the area of the triangle. The 3 times 4 there are my base and height for the triangle. So I'm going to put that in parentheses, 1/2 times 3 times 4, because I'm just finding the area of the triangle, then times the height of the prism, so times 2. This is the height of the prism, the 2 centimeters. That's separating the two bases. So if you multiply that all out, 3 times 4 is 12, half of that is 6. So this becomes 6 times 2. And 6 times 2 is 12. Our units for volume is centimeters cubed. So now you're going to see cubed units when we're working with volume. I'll give you one more example. We're going to look at a trapezoidal prism. Slide this down a little bit. Okay, for example 2, we're looking at, again, I would name the shape. So this is a trapezoidal prism. Where does that come from? Well, again, shade the base shape. I'm going to shade the bottom one this time. This is the shape on the bottom. That's a trapezoid. So for the volume formula, you do the area of the base and then times the height that's separating the two trapezoids. And in this case, the height is 5 centimeters. So here they're kind of showing you in this picture, the 3 centimeters is the height of just the trapezoid, but the 5 centimeters is the height between the two congruent bases. So when you're setting up your volume formula, you do the area of the trapezoid times the height of the prism. So we're going to have the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times the height of the trapezoid. So the height of the trapezoid is 3, and then times the sum of the bases. So that's 14 plus 6. Then that's all going to be multiplied times the height of your trapezoid, of the prism. So let's do that. 14 plus 6 is 20. Times 3 is 60, and half of that is 30. So 30 times 5 is 150 centimeters cubed. And that's finding volume of prisms.